from New Jersey.
Okay. So, when did you move?
I moved back in November of 2019.
Okay. So, do you prefer it here?
Boulder,
Yeah. Well,
Colorado?
yeah. I mean, I was just thinking Colorado in general, but
Oh,
yeah.
yes, absolutely. I'm from the East Coast, so
Okay.
I mean, being in the mountains, I've always been a mountain man for
Yeah.
sure. So I got tired of the city life.
So, you said you have a project in which you take pictures of people and find out their story. Is that what you said?
Yeah, it's
okay.
called People of the West, and I go up and down Boulder or even in Denver, just mainly anywhere Western United States or Colorado. I mean,
Okay.
all my travels, I'll stop a stranger
Mhm.
and I'll stop them if they look interesting to me. So I look for
Okay.
scars, style,
Yeah.
like hair color, eye color, some with personality,
Yeah.
and I have genuine conversations with people. So I stop them on the streets and
That's
I ask
cool.
them 3 simple questions about their lives.
Okay.
And what was the happiest part of your life? What was the saddest part of your life? And what is currently strangling your life?
Okay.
And the responses that I get from a lot of people is actually astonishing with the stories that everyone has to tell. I mean, we're all human, so we all have a story to tell.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just part of the journey of life.
Exactly, yeah.
So it's actually really cool, and it's just a way to connect with your brothers and sisters and who we share the earth with. So that really means a lot to me, and I do that, and every day I have another personal thing that I do called a person a day. So I just meet one random stranger a day, and I just try to have about a 30-minute to 25-minute conversation with them.
Cool.
To have a genuine,
Yeah.
authentic conversation instead of the, hey, how's it
Oh,
going?
yeah.
Hey, how you doing, guy? Like,
Yeah.
that's not really real.
Yeah, the easy,
You know?
lazy.
Yeah,
surface
exactly.
stuff. Yeah, I'm all about that. So, it takes a lot of discipline to do that. Do you sometimes just have a hard time getting yourself to actually go out and do it?
No, not really. I remember the first time I was having a tough time in my life, and I remember this guy prayed for me. He told me one thing that stuck with me. He was like, "You're not alone in what you go through," and I was like, that really hit me because I always believed that I was alone in the
Yeah.
things that I felt or I
I think
experienced.
most people do.
Yeah, a lot of people do. So when I just got up one day and I was like, you know what? I want to start asking people about their lives and their struggles. And the one thing that I learned the most insight that I got out of all of this is that a smile can be the most deceiving thing in the world. People can wear their smile so bright and so big, like your shirt, but in all actuality, people are suffering, people are depressed, people are sad.
Yeah.
That brother or that sister is contemplating suicide today, and we don't know that because we're not exposing ourselves to that brother or that sister
Yeah.
to sit there and be like, hey, how are you genuinely doing today? How are you processing life at this moment? So when I first went up to someone, I was scared. Of course, I was fear of rejection, fear to come up to someone
Yeah.
and be like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, get away from me. Like, I don't want to, but after the first 3 people, I gain all the confidence in the world. Now I just openly go up to anyone that I'm interested in and I just go, hey, how you doing? My name is Justin. Pleasure to meet you. I'm doing X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
And people are more open to doing it now that I have credibility, that I can show them all the stories that I've done.
Yeah.
I've done about 33 stories already. So
Nice.
when I show them this, they're like, oh yeah, I'm so down to be. I love this. I want to be a part of it. I'm like, thank you so much. So
Yeah.
it's like more opening for people to express themselves. And I love to be like a safe container for people to share and be
Yeah.
heard and be seen. And when I show them my stories, they feel more comfortable.
Yeah. What was it that put that passion in your mind?
I've always been a people person. I love people. I'm a very social being. I would consider myself a social butterfly. I love people, and I just love I've always been fascinated by people at a very young age. I've always talked to random strangers all the time. I always feel more comfortable talking to strangers and hearing what they have to say because you don't know what insight people have to share into your life. And from one conversation having with a human being, that person can literally change the trajectory of your life within one conversation.
Yeah, they can.
Or have the perspectives that you never thought of. And like you don't know what anyone has to offer you, but we have to be open
Yeah.
to receiving what that brother or that sister has to
Oh, yeah.
offer you. Who say like that person can offer you a friendship, a relationship. They want to make you a millionaire. They want to change your perspective on
Yeah.
life or talk about real things that people should be talking about.
Yeah.
I feel like today's society is so caught up and accustomed to what I like to say, this robotic mindset, that we're so tunnel vision that we constantly allow beautiful people to walk past us on a daily
Yeah.
without ever stopping to say, hey, how you doing? My name is X, Y, and Z. Let's have a conversation, And a lot of people are so closed off, but I try to raise more awareness to bring in empathy and kindness into the world, and that's what I like to preach as an individual, of preaching more empathy and kindness. And I believe if more people
Yeah.
are more kind and showing up for one another, the world can be a more empathic place. And that's like my ultimate goal for my life's purpose in general.
Yeah. I mean, my whole thing is kind of bringing unity together, because people tend to categorize each other and throw each other into these shoe boxes to dehumanize each other. It's not us versus them, us and them. It's just us. We're all here together.
Absolutely, and I like that you say that too, because it's just the oneness that we all share, the connectedness that we share as the human species. There's so little that we truly differ from, whether that's like our age, our hair color, our religious beliefs, our names, but even that is still not so far apart. You know, we are all connected in one way or another, and we all share so many similarities. We actually, in fact, share more similarities than differences, and when the world awakens to that, we learn to harmonize with one another. We begin to understand one another, see one another, and and drop those labels and drop those categorizations, and putting people, like you said, in this shoebox and confining people in a box to be like, yo, this is my group, this is my group. Or no, it's just like, talk to people. Express, talk.
Yeah, for sure. Whoops. Sometimes it can be hard to get people to open up, but once they do, they're always glad they did.
It's actually a profound moment when you hear people's stories, and when they start to share their insights or their lives or whatever they're processing or whatever they're going through. It honestly helps you as a person with the things that you probably go through, and they probably put something in words for you that you couldn't put into words for yourself, and that helps you moving forward on your journey, on your life's paths. And a lot of people need to be aware of that and be more mindful of that, of what people have to say. That's why I always say, like, I say all the time, like, your life is a story and people want to read it. I'm a firm believer of, if everyone in the world was worth to write a book of when they, as far as back as they can remember until they're dying on their deathbed, from everything that happened in their lives, we'll all be best-selling authors. We'll all be magnificent authors, because those stories are going to be real, uncut, genuine, authentic, filled with emotion, filled with feelings, and people can relate and resonate with that so much. They can be like, wow, he or she put that into words and I never did, and they literally wrote that out for me, and I feel that. I can feel it. You can genuinely feel it. Oh yeah. So,
for sure. And if I'm being completely honest, I talk about doing this for other people, which I am, but I'm also doing it for myself a little bit, because I learn from this. It helps me.
No, it helps us grow, all of us. Like, it's like we share the world with, I don't know, 7.8 billion people, 7.5 billion people, and you're going to tell me that none of these people have something to offer us, none of these people have insight to share with us, none of these people have great conversations or profound moments that we can all share together as one, as the collective. And I feel like the more we expose ourselves to that, we leave impacts on people, and that's for me with my life included. Like, when I meet people, I'm the type of person that I want to be an impactful person. I want to leave impacts on people. Like, when I meet people, I don't want them to be like, oh, hey, he's this pretty guy, he has a nice style, he has this. No, I want them to sit there and feel like, yo, he said something to me. Like, I'm taking that with me, and I'm going to put it with my own twist and my own style of interpreting what he said to me. And, they proceed on with their journey, So it's just like, I like to leave impacts on people. I like to consider myself a very impactful person. Yeah.
So have you seen the impact that you're making?
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Absolutely. I did this one story on this beautiful young woman named Emma. I actually met her right up here over on the street, and she was sitting down, and I stopped her, and she was a little shy at first, but I cracked her open, and she told me her story. And within that story, I remember posting it, and she shared it, I think, and her whole entire family, literally her entire family, her mother, her father, her brothers, her sisters, all hit me up on Instagram, and they were like, yo, my sister just told us about this, and they're like, she's never felt so seen or heard before in her life, and she's like you really changed that about her, and that really helped her moving forward to really to be open to express herself more, and to know that people do genuinely care about you, and people do genuinely love you for you. Like me, I love everyone. Like, I like to say, if you can hate for no reason, I can love for no reason, because, like, in all actuality, I love everyone. You know why I love people? Because you're alive, you're here walking. That's beautiful. That's why I love you.
And I mean, the fact that anyone is here means that they've achieved some, man, just to be here today.
Absolutely. That's such a gift. It's already an honor just to witness life every day and get up every day. It's so much gratitude for the life that we all have, and the life that we all share,
Yeah. So when this is done, I should get the info for your project. I'll check it out, and I can link to it in my video when I do publish it, if you want me to.
I would love that. Absolutely. For sure.
Yeah. So be honest, a no is a no. But would you have stopped me to talk to me if you saw me on the street?
I'm actually going to want to talk to you right after this.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, absolutely. No, like I was just doing my rounds, so I go all the way up to Pro Street, walk back down, see if there's anyone. I always look. I already have this strategy of scanning the area, of knowing who's open to receiving and who's willing to engage. But I seen you, and I was like,
Yeah.
hey, like I do something similar. I would love to help you out with this. So I was like,
Yeah.
why not?
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What's your story? What would you say has been the biggest impact that has made you what you are today?
The biggest impact for me that's made me the man that I am today is moving from New Jersey. I grew up in a very ghetto area, ghetto environment, very traumatic environment, and I had to grow up very quick at the age that I was, and I seen a lot of things that I was not meant to see at my age. And I mean, I wouldn't change it for the world because that shaped me to be the man that I am. And I had a lot of these beliefs around it, like, hey, like I wish this never happened. I wish this never happened. And I actually dropped that thought process and shifted my mindset, because if that would have never happened, I wouldn't be this beautiful man that I am today, loving, full of life, loving people, stopping people on the street just to sit there and talk to them and hear what they have to say. So moving from New Jersey and going through the traumatic experiences that I've witnessed in my life has completely changed the trajectory of my life. Coming to Colorado, being immersed in community, being immersed in the mountains, really connecting to myself, connecting with nature more, and truly understanding who Justin is at the core, you know. So that really helped me, and having real, genuine, authentic conversations with people, you know, really being vulnerable. And I finally learning that my vulnerability is one of my strengths. My vulnerability is super strong, and that helps me grow as a man. And I want people to know that vulnerability is not a weakness. Vulnerability is a superpower. It's a strength, you know. And if we can expose more people to be vulnerable and be aware of how they're feeling, their feelings, their emotions, and everything that they're processing in life, that really helps them grow, you know, and that really makes them have better insights on reflecting on their lives and what they've gone through and what those meanings and those lessons taught them, you know.
Usually I like to exclude people's names from these just for privacy's sake, but I understand you may have interest in leaving your name in here, and I like to get that on video, people saying that they do or don't want their names.
No, that's completely fine.
You want it in here?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, I guess we'll call it.
That was it?
Yep.
Great, man. Thank you so much.